speakers, Madam Urszula Gacek, 2 minutes, please.
President, and I will keep to my time. Mr. President, dear colleagues, what are we to do with the former inmates of Guantanamo Bay? How do we strike the right balance between ensuring the security of EU citizens and finding a place to settle former inmates? Firstly, let me make it clear that I, for one, am not discussing inmates deemed to be dangerous but unsuitable for trial by the United States. And please remember that such a sizeable group still exists. But even those cleared of charges and deemed to be no risk at all still, in my opinion, do pose a risk. We have legitimate fears because, according to the Pentagon, 61 former inmates cleared of all charges and subsequently released are now reported to be engaged in terrorist activities. One is the deputy head of Al-Qaeda in Yemen, and one has blown himself up. Yesterday, President Obama stated on public television that he cannot be sure whether inmates cleared and released will not pose a security threat. Can we be asked to take that risk in the EU? Well, I think we can be asked, but we must have the right to decide whether that risk is acceptable to us or not. Member States have shown different degrees of willingness to take former inmates. I stress that the decision to accept inmates must be the sovereign one of the Member State. It cannot be forced upon a Member State by the EU, but neither can it be made in isolation. Given the freedom of movement we enjoy in Europe, especially the border-free Europe of the Schengen zone, Member States' decisions to allow a Guantanamo Bay inmate to settle in their country has security implications not only for that Member State but also for its neighbours. Therefore, I require and we require that such decisions are consulted with other EU members. 2 minutes exactly, Chairman.
Thank you very much for your precise order. The next speaker is Mr. Claudio Fava. 3 minutes, please. 3 minutes, please.
Grazie, Presidente. Guantanamo, chiudendo.
Thank you, President. Closing Guantanamo should allow us to